Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abu Bakr Ahmad and welcome to today's video. I want to go ahead and send out a message to my Sunni brothers and sisters and send out a warning to my Shia brothers and sisters. And today I want to go ahead and talk about this because the world is in a very, very problematic place. I see the signs. I am someone who grew up in the United States of America. Through 9/11, I was picked on my whole entire life going into elementary, middle school, and growing up. And this propaganda allowed us to go ahead and bomb and destroy and kill millions of people within the Middle East and kill millions of Muslimin and take their countries and overrun their governments. And no one batted an eye because those dang Muslims and Sharia law is dangerous and they want to kill us, they want to destroy us, and they want to implement their ideas on our land, and they're terrorists and they're this and they're that. And this is the propaganda that was spread and was pushed in the United States of America to allow Americans to be okay with the death of millions of children and women and men in the Middle East and the destruction of full infrastructures in countries. And it was okay because a building was blown up and Islam is a dangerous ideology. And this was the propaganda that was spread. When you want to go ahead and kill or destroy an entire group of people, you have to dehumanize them first. Same thing that we see going on in Palestine today. You see the dehumanization of the Palestinians from the Israeli government and news and sourcing and American news and sourcing. It dehumanizes these people, so when they get killed or blown up, it's like, oh, it's whatever, they're just terrorists, they're dangerous anyways, you know, they're gonna, you know, become extremists anyways, and they're gonna become terrorists anyways, so who cares? And this is the ideology that they're planting in people's heads. Now, where are you getting, Ahmed? Where are you getting with this? My main point is I'm seeing a lot of this propaganda being turned to the Shia people now. I'm seeing a lot of this propaganda coming from the top of the Sunni scholarship, the top of the internet world, being pushed down hard on the Shia people, especially in a time right now when the Shia people in the Middle East are the only people that are opposing the U.S. government, opposing Israel, and opposing these Zionist states that are trying to push the end times. They're opposing those who are trying to call for the Antichrist, who are working with Shaitan. And the only thing Sunni Muslims are doing right now online is exposing more and more of this propaganda and more of this hate and dehumanizing more and more of who the Shia Muslims even are without an actual understanding. So here's my message to the Sunni Muslims. Please understand what Shia Islam is. Shia Islam is the understanding of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, Sunnah, his teachings, through the Imams, the 12 Imams that come from the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, Ahlul Bayt. Okay? Now, if a teaching or a ruling or some type of cultural thing that you guys are seeing today does not come from those 12 Imams, the Prophet himself, or the Holy Quran, it is not Shia Islam. You understand what I'm saying? Same thing. If it does not come from Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih al-Muslim, if it does not come from one of the four madhab imams, Imam al-Hanbali, Imam, al-Maliki, for instance, it's not a part of Sunni Islam. It's some type of innovation. It's some type of cultural, progression. It's something of this nature. So please, first and foremost, when you're absorbing this propaganda online as a Sunni Muslim, first and foremost, understand what is Shia Islam. Shia Islam is the following of Islam through the 12 Imams, is the following of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, Sunnah, through the 12 Imams. If I see a video of Shia smacking themselves, you need to go ahead and find out, did any of the 12 Imams permit this? If you see someone worshipping a man, worshipping Imam Ali alayhi salam, or worshipping somebody else, you need to understand, did Imam Ali alayhi salam permit this? Did he want us to worship him? In their own Shia text, in their own Shia hadiths, does Imam Ali alayhi salam say to worship him? Do any of the 12 Imams permit worshipping of men or worshipping anything outside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do they permit being at the level of the Prophet or above the Prophet? Do they prescribe divinity to themselves? If you guys are going to make these claims and place them upon the Shia Muslims, you need to show us where they're coming from, and you need to show us which of the 12 Imams went ahead and said this, okay? So these are the 12 Imams right here. You have them all in order. Go ahead and screenshot this if you'd like. Go ahead and take a picture of it if you'd like. Go ahead and look it up if you'd like. If any of these 12 Imams said it, it's a part of Shia Islam. If none of these 12 Imams permitted it, said it, or said something against it, it is outside the fold of Shia Islam, and that does delegitimize that person's Islam. It delegitimizes their Shia Islam. It does not put them in the folds of Shia Islam. It actually takes them out if they're doing anything outside of what these 12 Imams said, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, or the Holy Quran. So this is the number one thing and the first thing I want to go ahead and let my Sunni brothers and sisters know. This is my message to them. Please, when you guys are being fed propaganda online, when you guys are listening to anyone else but Shia Muslims speak about Shia Islam, understand, did one of the 12 Imams actually say this? And if they did, can you go ahead and try and find it? This is very important. We live in an age of information. We live in an age where all of this information is at our fingertips. And if you guys are just going to talk out your butt, if you're going to talk out your arse, then please, 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 please back it up with something one of the Imams said, because 12 or Shia Islam follows the 12 Imams. So if one of the 12 Imams didn't say it, it's not 12 or Shia Islam. It's not a part of Shia Islam. And you cannot pin this against the Shia people. It doesn't work this way. Now, this is my message to my Shia people, okay? To my Shia people, please protect yourself. Please be aware that we're being dehumanized, just like the Palestinians have been dehumanized over the last 2 years now, or over the last 70 years, okay? The same way that Israel has dehumanized them and the United States has dehumanized them so they can bomb them and kill them with nobody talking about it or nobody saying a word. Yes, people are saying words, people are upset about it, but no one's doing anything about it, okay? And the reason no one's doing anything about it is because they've even dehumanized these people in the state of mind of all of the Sunni Muslims around the world. 1.8 billion Sunni Muslims doing absolutely nothing for Palestine. Doing absolutely nothing. While what? The Shia of Lebanon, the Shia of Yemen, the Shia of Iran, the Shia all over the Middle East are doing and taking physical action against Israel. They are trying to push America and Israel's power out of the Middle East and protect the Muslims, right? Well, 1.8 billion Sunni Muslims sit and watch and go, Ya Allah, please help them. Please understand that what is coming is not okay. I lived through 9/11 all my life in middle school and high school, and I was dehumanized as a human being because I was Muslim. Do you understand? I was told I was less. I was told to go back to my country. I was told my dad's Osama bin Laden. I was called a terrorist. I was told to go die. I was told all of these different things. I was told I worship a different God. I was told that my dad is a terrorist. I was told all of these different things, okay? The reason I was told these things is because the United States propaganded media machine dehumanized Muslims so they can go into the Middle East, kill millions of Iraqis, kill millions of people across millions of different, tens of different Middle Eastern countries, completely destabilize tens of different countries, remove their leaders, put in place Western leaders instead, who are puppets who they can control, went ahead and destroyed the whole entire infrastructure of the Middle East. It started funding terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda, like the Taliban, like ISIS and more. And this is how the United States went ahead and took power. You need to understand, my Shia Muslim brothers and sisters, right now, the Sunni Muslim world, the top of the ladder, the top of the Wahhabi ladder in Saudi Arabia, the top of the media machine on a global scale, is really heavily pushing against and trying to dehumanize Shia Muslims. We are the only things left in the Middle East that are fighting with a stance, with a power, and doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you guys need to understand that they're coming after us. This is truly a sign of the end of times. The end of times are coming. And we are living in the end of times, the end chapter, correct? We're living within this end chapter, and you guys need to be aware. Please be very, very strong with your iman. Please be very, very strong in your supplications and your prayers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not a joke. When you go ahead and see these things, I'm me living in America and seeing how they use the media, seeing how they dehumanize black people, seeing how they dehumanize Muslims, seeing how the Jewish people in World War II were dehumanized, seeing how people in Sudan are dehumanized, seeing how people in China are dehumanized. People all over the world, their media machines dehumanize the person they want to oppress, they want to kill, they want to destroy. They dehumanize them first so that when they kill them and destroy them or go to war with them, nobody cares. Okay? And even if they do care, it's just like in the back of their head. It's like they're okay with it. Yeah, it's not okay to kill people, but they're okay with these people dying, and they're not going to do anything about it. Okay? Please understand that this is what's happening right now. And very, very, very soon, the United States, the Western powers, along with Saudi Arabia, who just made an $800 billion weaponry deal with the United States, are going to take military action and start slaughtering Shia Muslims across the Middle East and across the world. You guys need to understand this, that they are dehumanizing us by the day, by the week, by the month, and before you know it, it's going to be okay to just wipe us off the face of the planet. This is the end goal for them. This is what they want, and the only power structure and stabilization left in the Middle East, other than the fake Muslimin, the Zionist Muslimin, like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, is Iran, Lebanon, and small groups in Yemen and Iraq. You guys need to really, really understand this, because they're going to enter their final plan for the Middle East. They're going to fold in to fully taking control of the Middle East. The only thing stopping them is the Shia populations, and the next group of people that are going to get it, and the last group of people who are going to get it in the Middle East are going to be the Shia Muslims. So please take care of yourselves, my brothers and sisters. Please watch yourselves, my brothers and sisters, and please educate yourself, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys kind of what I mean, right? And kind of the BS that is going ahead and going on, right? Now, like I said before, if something was not said by one of these 12 imams, peace and blessings be upon every single one of them, it's not Shia Islam, okay? So I'm going to show you guys a succession of videos from some very popular Sunni YouTubers. And what we're going to go ahead and do after, you're going to go ahead and do this yourself. Go ahead and look up all these 12 imams and see if you can find any of these teachings coming from any of these 12 imams. If you can, it's Shia Islam. I'll take it. If you cannot find these teachings within the 12 imams' teachings and the Sunnah of the Prophet coming from these 12 imams, right? Then what you need to do is reconsider your idea of what Shia Islam is, because you do not determine what Shia Islam is. Some Iranian who smacks themselves and creates poetry does not determine what Shia Islam is. The Lebanese in south of Lebanon do not determine what Shia Islam is. The Yemenis in Yemen do not determine what Shia Islam is. The United States propaganda machine does not determine what Shia Islam is. You understand what I'm saying? The Wahhabi government of Saudi Arabia does not determine what Shia Islam is. Modin does not determine what Shia Islam is. Muhammad Hijab and Muslim Lantern and Uthman ibn Farouk do not determine what Shia Islam is. The 12 Imams, the Ahlul Bayt, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and the Holy Quran determines what Shia Islam is. And if you cannot find these things within what I just named, either the Imams, the Prophet's Sunnah, or the Holy Quran, it's outside the fold of Shia Islam. So let's go ahead and take a look at what some of these people have to say.
At this point, I didn't really know the difference between like Sunni and Shia. The masjid that I went to was a Shia masjid.
I'm getting more knowledge. Why are they doing this? Islamophobes.
Okay, so first off, this is the Dean show. A very, very respected show. He does a podcast. And this individual, I believe he does his podcast in Florida. That's actually where I live as well. But the Dean Show TV here has gone ahead and started his 45-minute video off with these clips. Like, you can't get more propaganda machined than this, Mr. Dean.
At this point, I didn't really know the difference between like Sunni and Shia.
this is how you represent what Shia Islam is. You start with Latmiya of them smacking themselves. You start with this right here.
I'm getting
Like, what is he doing to his head? Is that even a Shia? That's is in if it is, which 12 Imam taught these things? So I'm gonna go ahead and just move on here.
You can see all of the Shia are in their temples around the world screaming, Ya Ali Madad, Salawat. They love it. They eat it up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So this is not just some village person claiming this. He's the most followed.
He first off, he says all the Shias are in their temples. He calls them temples, and then he's saying that we all call upon Ali, right? So very, very interesting. Continuing.
Or I just hate Iran and the Shia. No, that's not the case. Although I do hate Iran and the Shia, it has nothing to do with why I'm not celebrating.
I hate Iran and the Shia. Very blatantly, very clean statement here from Drake Brancatella.
They don't. But that's the
So
thing.
then-
Look.
so
The
then
Shias, what
would
happens?
they
Look,
be-
let me explain to you how it happens in Shia circles. If you're born in a Shia cultural tradition, you're born, and the whole religion for you has nothing to do with the Prophet ﷺ, has nothing to do with following the Quran, has nothing to do with following the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The whole religion for you is about what happened between two individuals in history about leadership. This is the whole religion for you. The whole religion for you is to curse some of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, to curse the wife of the Prophet ﷺ. The whole religion for you is to call upon the cousin of the Prophet ﷺ who's dead and ask him for help and seek aid from him and believe he has supernatural powers and believe he cannot do anything wrong and he's never done anything wrong. This is what they're taught since they're young. So the thing is, they're not taught Islam to begin with, brother. Therefore, it's not like they've understood the crystal clear idea of Islam. If you bring me Shias now, I'll show you they don't know anything about the Quran. Nothing. If they were reading the Quran, they would not curse the companions because the Quran praises the companions. If they were reading the Quran, they cannot say anything about the wife of the Prophet ﷺ because the Prophet says that they are our mothers. You understand? So if they were reading...
So, to be completely honest with you, the whole religion is smacking yourself. The whole religion is worshipping Ali. The whole religion is not reading the Quran and knowing nothing about the Quran. Habibi, I've read the Quran 4 times, okay? I am trying my best to understand everything that I could possibly understand about my religion. I try my best on a daily basis to connect with my Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, alone and only alone, okay? This is my Quran. Do you see my Quran? Do you see what it looks like? These are tabs. These are all notations in my Quran. You need to understand, like, when I hear stuff like this, it is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Which one of the 12 Imams, Muslim Lantern, taught this? What you're saying out of your mouth. Which Imam went ahead and made this claim? None of them, correct? You're just going ahead and making this blanket statement out of your arse. Once again, all of these things come completely out of these guys' booties. They literally talk and talk and talk and talk, but they never show sourcing. They never explain anything. Okay, moving on.
Okay, let me ask something. Were you from Shia or were you Muslim? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's a difference. Hold on.
Were you from Shia or were you Muslim? Because Shias aren't Muslim according to Mr. Uthman ibn Farouk. Moving on.
Look, Modi, he's been following me for a very long time. He's got a very genuine heart, but I don't like certain stances that he has. Yeah? None of the certain stances we disagree.
Let's be honest. We can revive this sunnah.
So this is the individual, Muhammad Hijab, that went ahead and got his friends married over WhatsApp. His friend married over WhatsApp, and the dowry was a McDonald's meal. So his friend can hit and quit, you know, so his friend could have sexual intercourse with the woman multiple times and then divorce her and walk away. This is the individual who now has a scandal upon him because he has a side chick that he doesn't even go and visit and see. He kind of just uses as like a sexual pit stop and then doesn't even support, protect, or do anything for her, okay? This is the individual that is laughing about mut'a or laughing at Modin. Now, Modin is not the most amazing representation of a Muslim in general or a Shia Muslim in general, okay? Modin is a very conflicted human being and he does a lot of stuff for clout online. Most of these guys are clout chasers. There's a reason my channel does not get get to the level of what these guys' channels get to. It's because I analyze things analytically. I don't go out and bash people and attack people, okay? I just analyze things for what they are. I go ahead and had educational conversations, and I don't like to debate, okay? I really hate debating. I like educating. I like going ahead and giving information, and if that information is credible, here's the source, here's where I got it from. You can agree to disagree. We could have some conversations about it. Khalas, right? This is how I go ahead and take my stance. I'm going to die. My creator is going to judge me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. He gave me intellect. We have tools around us like computers that I can go ahead and look up any information I want, any hadith, any sourcing, any book, and read it with my eyes. I do not need these individuals to teach me online. You guys do not need me to teach you online. But it is important to have conversation and talk amongst one another, and then go into the sourcing yourself and educate yourself. Okay? Moving on.
Was good, the Prophet would have showed us.
I don't want to do this,
Are we
man.
discovering
I
something
don't
the
want to
Prophet
do this.
didn't know and Allah?
So Bobby says, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, and then proceeds to do it. He's basically showing here latmiyas that are very, very intense, right? And the reason that I cannot just comprehend this, bro, I can't comprehend it. Yes, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, people do this. Is it allocated or taught by any of these 12 imams? I don't know. You guys go ahead and show me where any of these 12 imams went ahead and allocated doing this, okay? If you can go ahead and show me where they allocated this, where they allowed it, I'll accept it as Shia Islam, right?
What do you say at the grave of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What you say is, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah, Assalamu alayka ya Abu Bakr, Assalamu alayka ya Umar, 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 ya Umar.
So that's going to be it for today, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. Once again, just an overview to my Sunni brothers and sisters. If you're being shown or fed something about Shia Islam, please make sure you go ahead and take a look at the 12 imams. Did any of these 12 imams allocate what you're being fed? Did any of these 12 imams teach what you're being fed? Did any of these imams accept or reject anything you're being fed? If it is accepted by them, it's a part of Shia Islam. If it is denied by them or ruled out by them, it is not a part of Shia Islam. It's a bid'ah, it's a cultural innovation, it's something of this nature. There is a big difference between culture and traditions and rituals that have made their way into a religion, and then the foundation and theology of what that religion is, okay? Shia Islam is the following of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, sunnah, through the 12 imams, through his Ahlul Bayt, okay? This is all it is. If it falls anywhere outside of what I just said, it is not Shia Islam. It is innovative. It is not a part of the theology, okay? To all my Shia Muslim brothers and sisters who are watching this, please protect yourself. There is a large amount of propaganda being fed. This reminds me very much of 9/11. This reminds me very much of the propaganda that is fed against the Palestinians so they can get bombed and wiped off the face of this earth and their land can be taken. We are the next step in the Middle East. There is a reason the Gulf countries are building up their military action. They just purchased over trillions of dollars of weaponry from the United States of America. They are making deals with Israel because they are getting ready to fight who? The Sunni Muslims, where? No. They are getting ready to massacre and fight and attack the Shia world. Please, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, we are the next step of dehumanization. I'm watching it happen in front of our eyes. I'm watching the major YouTubers fall into the propaganda and feed the propaganda, and it's very, very sad to see, but please protect yourself, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.